What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new here. And if you are new here, my name is Carmela and I am the owner slash sole operator of a small online store called The Lily Creative Co. The Lily Creative Co sells things like drinkware and apparel, as well as accessories like bookmarks and keychains. So today's vlog is going to be pretty straightforward. The agenda is fairly short today. I need to make some keychains for one of the orders. I need to box up the cups, obviously, and label everything, pack the orders. And when I'm done with all that, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about how I was able to get my Instagram out of what I refer to as jail. It wasn't shadow banned or like anything like that, but my videos weren't going to the right place. They weren't being shown to the right country, basically. So later on in the video, I'm going to talk a little bit about that, and I'll have the chapters and whatnot if that's all you really care about, which is fine. Hey, no hard feelings. But if you want to work in the studio with me for a little bit today while we pack these orders, then I'd be happy to have you. I think this is actually the most wholesale orders I've had at one time. The last time I had Topshop, it was not like this, and I'm not complaining at all. I'm definitely very grateful. I actually got another order today, so I thought that was very cool. It's always kind of interesting. I know I've said this in a vlog before, but it's always kind of interesting to me the way the universe works. If you have a small business or are thinking of starting one, this message is for you. Definitely heed what I say on this, okay? Every single time, without fail, every single time I put my best effort into my business, and I feel like the best effort part is important. But whenever I put my best effort into my business, I'm always reaping rewards. It might not always be a direct result of the efforts I'm putting in, but in some way, from some avenue, from some angle, from somewhere, something good always happens. It's uncanny. I know for a fact I have talked about this on this channel before because it's so uncanny. And it's even funnier because literally this morning I was sitting at my laptop and I'm like,
oh my God, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to be in my studio space, and I'm so grateful for these orders.
And just thinking about how grateful I am, and just thinking about how usually when I put my best effort into my business, things go good for me, and things were going good for me this morning. I was working on some stuff I'll probably talk to y'all about later, blah, 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 blah. But I was just like, wow, this is going really good. I'm having a good morning. And then I got an order. So I was like, oh, I don't know, man. Just put out good vibes into the universe. Give it your all, even if it's not the best or, the most aesthetic or the most professional. Just do your best, and it will be worth it every time. Every time, I swear, the universe will bring it back. So yeah, on that note, let's get to work. So the kind of funny thing about these orders is that all three of them are going to different places. Like one is going to FedEx. Well, I don't know which one. I think it's this one. One's going to FedEx, one's going to UPS, and one is going to USPS. So that's pretty cool. So before I end the vlog today, I did want to talk about a very random but very specific problem I had on Instagram specifically. I'm not the only person that has had this problem. When I was going through it with my accounts, I did search on Google and found like a couple Reddit threads, but I don't think any of the people that I saw were like small businesses or anything like that. And I feel like this might be a problem that happens to small businesses a lot, because usually when we start our businesses, we create a brand new Instagram account for that business. And I think that is what plays a factor in why this issue happens. So I'm going to put some screenshots up here on the screen, but my analytics for a very, 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 very long time was showing that my content was being shown to a lot of people in India for some reason. And when I say for some reason, I mean, I don't know why there specifically, like why not France or like Australia or something like that. But for whatever reason, I was getting a lot of views from India. And I was like, okay, like I'm not in India. I tried switching my location and tagging, the United States and things like that in my posts. That didn't help. I tried to just keep posting and see if it would kind of work itself out. That didn't work. So what I ended up doing, that I think is what finally got me to the United States, to where my target audience is, was a multiple step strategy. One of the things I did was comment on other people's content, none of which were small business owners. I commented on things that I was genuinely interested in, but I also commented on things that I thought my audience would be interested in. Because the way most algorithms work is by making connections, connecting people and saying, okay, if you and this person likes this type of content, then you both might also like this type of content, that type of thing. So I started doing that literally just like 15 minutes a day for a couple days out of the week. I would just kind of scroll, intentionally looking for things I could leave meaningful comments on. I think that this helped Instagram know that I was a real person, that I wasn't some sort of scammy, sort of fly by night, just trying to sell to people small business like I was an actual account. So I think that helped. It also helped, I think, again, this is literally all just theory, and this all could be like a huge coincidence that it ended up working for me. But if you are stuck in jail like I was, anything helps. Almost no advice is bad advice. So again, I'm just putting this out there to see if maybe it could help someone. Also, I think these are just generally good tips for being on social media. But anyways, commenting on things I genuinely cared about, not necessarily writing long paragraphs, but like a decent comment, not just like, that's cute, or like a LOL, or like some emojis or something like that, like a sentence or two. Now, when it came to my own content, what I think probably made the biggest difference was I actually started talking to my audience. When I first started posting, I was mostly just sort of showing what I have, like showing my cups, showing my bookmarks. I did a lot of ASMR, which I still do. I love to this day. Like, you will have to pry ASMR for my cold dead hands. But I don't think it was very helpful in the beginning to tell Instagram who this video is for, who I'm looking for. So I started talking to who I was looking for, who I wanted Instagram to bring to my page. And before you panic, I'm not necessarily saying that you have to get on camera. I'm not necessarily saying that you have to do voiceovers, but you do have to have something to say. I've noticed that a lot of small business owners, they just sort of say, here's my product. Do you want to buy it? And like, that's fair. We definitely do need some selling, of course, but we also want to build a community, and we also want to show our personalities. Because the bad thing about being a small business is you don't have that like brand recognition already. And whether people will admit it or not, brand recognition is a huge part of why successful companies stay successful. It's why Nike stays successful. It's why Gucci stays successful. It's because people recognize that brand. They recognize it as being popular. They recognize it as sort of status, and small businesses don't have that. But what do we have that a large corporation can never compete with? We have our personalities. So show your personality, whether it's from like text on screen videos, if you don't want to talk. If you do want to talk, show your personality, give your opinions on things. And I also think talking in your captions is also important. So for example, one of the topics that I love talking about on all my socials, because it always brings the type of women that I want to my shop, and that's that's talking about Megan Thee Stallion. I try not to do it too much because I don't want to be the type that's like using her for clout for my store, you know what I mean? But literally, one of the things I sell says hot girls read. So like, of course, when I'm looking for people that will be looking for that item, they're probably going to be hotties, okay? We're probably going to be talking about Meg, okay? As a matter of fact, the post that helped me realize that I had finally turned my Instagram account around and got it out of like jail or whatever, or what have you. I don't know what else to call it. I'm trying to say it without like disparaging India, but y'all know what I mean. The post that told me like I finally made it. It was actually during the Hot Girls Read trademark fiasco. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, let me know in the comments and I might talk about it in another video because it would have affected my store. But during the whole Hot Girls Read trademark fiasco, I had made a post about how the only trademark I'm going to recognize for hot girls anything is going to be from the Megan Thee Stallion. And that post blew up, or it blew up for my page. I think it got like 50K views or something like that, a bunch of likes, bunch of follows. So it was really great because it reached my audience. And it was literally just a text on screen video, nothing groundbreaking, you know, maybe like 10 seconds total, but it spoke to my audience. So yeah, all that to say, you have to talk to your audience, whether that's with your voice, on camera, again, like I said, text on screen, texting your captions, get out there and talk to them. And trust me, this is the last advice I wanted to give because like I said, I just like to post my ASMR and go. But I am glad I started talking more because my business has only been better for it. And you might also be like me and think to yourself like, well, what do I talk about? I don't have any ideas. Talk about literally anything. Talk about anything. There's a creator online. All her videos are of her doing makeup, but her voiceovers, she talks about everything, anything, everything. What's popular, what's not. Teach something, share a fun fact. But whatever you share, just think to yourself, does the person who I make my products for give a crap about this? And you might have to think about who that person is. What type of person would buy a Hot Girls Read bookmark? What type of person would buy a Black Women Are Dope mug? And talk to them. So yeah, hopefully this advice helps someone. I've actually wanted to share it for a while now, just because I know I'm not the only person that had this problem. So if you're posting on Instagram and your videos are just not going where you want them to go, they are just not being shown to the right people, talk to the right people. So on that note, that's going to be the end of this vlog. Thank you so much for hanging out in the studio with me today. It was a busy one. I broke a sweat and everything. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it was a busy one. It's actually really hot in here. I do think my next vlog is going to be a planning vlog. It's probably going to go in my Zero to Launch series because next week I'm going to another Airbnb. I hadn't really planned to go to one anytime soon, but I kind of have a vision in mind for the content I want to film there, and it was on sale. So I'm going to that next week. So the next video will probably be a little bit of manufacturing because I do need to take some cups and new bookmarks with me as well because I'm planning to use those for the Airbnb. They're going to be a part of the launch, and also a content planning vlog. So like the type of shots I want to get, the sort of angles and stuff like that. I do want to sit down and like collect all my inspo and all that and just get that ready for the Airbnb so that this next one will go a little bit more smoothly than the last one, and I will have my plan in place. So yeah, I personally like content planning vlogs. I don't see them a lot, but every time I see one, I watch it. So if you're interested in that, definitely come back next week and let me know any other stuff you want me to talk about or show on my channel. I'm open to pretty much being an open book at this point. Someone did ask in my previous video if I could talk about how I edit my vlogs. So that is definitely on the list. But any other stuff, whether it's YouTube related or my business related, definitely feel free to ask. If it's something I can answer really quick in the comments, then I'll answer in the comments. But if it's something I think would make a good video, like a video editing vlog, I will do a whole video for it. So if that sounds like your type of thing, then definitely hit the subscribe button. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, you may as well like this video because obviously you like this video. Give it a hype if that's an option for you. And if none of that sounds good, then that's fine. I'm just happy you were here. YouTube seems to think that you might be interested in this video and it's one of mine. So who am I to argue? Again, thank you so much for watching and I will hopefully see you in my next one. Bye.